I'm Shelley Johnson. I'm here, it's, what is it, July 7th, 2010, and I'm here with Missy White. Hi, Missy.
Hi.
Thanks for making time for this. Start out by, maybe you can first tell me how old you are and what you do here in Lander.
I'm 44, and I do a variety of things in Lander. I am a contract employee for Knowles National Outdoor Leadership School and their professional training department. I teach first aid for the Wilderness Medicine Institute, and occasionally work at Sprouts Greenhouse in the spring because I love being around the plants. And the last thing I do is I have my own consulting company in organizational development, so helping people do their jobs better through the human side of business.
You're obviously a very great athlete. I can vouch for that. Yeah,
I'm tenacious, if not
you're
great.
You're tenacious for sure. But I've seen you at Elemental Training Center, so maybe you can tell me a little bit about how long you've been going there and what you kind of do there for training.
Okay. It's been at least a couple of years, and I started doing the Burley Girls, and I realized once I wasn't working field courses for Knowles, and I needed to have a little more structure in my life, and I have great intentions of getting up and running every day or whatever, and yeah.
Didn't work out.
Not so much. So I started doing the Burley Girls classes and really liked doing that, and then realized I wanted to amp it up a little bit. So about a year ago, maybe a little more than a year ago, it's probably last spring, I started doing the program.
Ooh, the dreaded program.
The program we love to hate.
Yes.
So started doing that, which was great because besides the Burley Girls was great for at least one time a week when I knew I was doing something. I really liked the program of having a class, needing to be there for that class, and then having the other things that I was supposed to do. But I could work into my schedule. But knowing it's like, oh, I got to do the metabolic workouts sometime today, and that helped get my butt in gear to be a little more disciplined about that.
What is the, I've never done a Burley Girls, so maybe you could tell us a little bit about what the Burley Girls is, just to give a little background on that.
Burley Girls is the funnest way to work your butt off, I can imagine, probably. It's a class limited to women, as you would imagine from the name, and it's typically done anywhere from half an hour to 45, 50 minutes. And we'll have a variety of stations that we do, and it tends to be along the lines of plyometrics. So a lot of things using your body, sometimes weights and your body weight, but very active, high intensity with a short amount of rest.
Once a week?
So it's a once a week class, yeah.
Okay, and so the program, now you're doing the program with a capital P.
Right.
What is that? Can you tell me a little bit what you mean by that?
Similarly, we have a class once a week that's every Wednesday, and again about anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 or 50 minutes with set stations, and it can be customized a little bit depending on if there's weights. You can change the weights that you would use for it, and then of course things like if it's how many things you can do in a minute, well, that's up to you. You can go really slow and easy, or you can go all out and just be about to puke at the end. So you can definitely pick your level of intensity for that. And then depending on what the focus is of that particular block, so it happens in blocks. You have to do a 6-week block.
Okay.
So one block might be focused on muscular endurance. So we'll do things with a little heavier weights, but still doing a number of repetitions that really focuses on doing that intensity for an amount of time. Another one might be more on anaerobic endurance. So the workouts will change a little bit, both in what we do in class and the things we do outside of that.
So the program involves a designed program for you to do on your own, and then you have the once a week meeting? Or?
Right. And it is one of the things I really like about it, like the class, you can pick your own weights, pick your own intensity, and then same thing for some of the other things we'll have to do, like say there's some sprints that we'll need to do on one of those other, so you have a class and maybe 4 or 5 other workouts that you do. So you could do that biking, running, skiing, whatever it is, your thing that you want to do, you can make it work for that, which is really nice. So some folks do it on the rowing machine, some folks go to the track, some folks are doing it on their bikes, whatever that might be.
Why do you do the program, and why do you go to the gym? Loaded question here.
Because embarrassingly enough, because I'm lazy. And I can easily go through my day without doing any of that. Right. And having that structure and the commitment means then I'm going to get in there and do it. So if I'm going to do that and sign up for it and put myself out there to say, yeah, I'm testing on this week, and 6 weeks later I'm testing again, it makes me get out and do it.
You like the commitment aspect then,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, it's true. Like I love
Yeah,
sitting
you don't
on the
strike
couch
me.
and
I don't
reading
think.
a book and eating potato chips.
Well,
Like,
just
who
so you
doesn't?
know,
But
lazy isn't a word that anyone would use to describe you, for the record. But what do you do for? Why do you do this? Why do you even want to be fit? Can you tell me a little bit about what your interests are, what your pursuits are when it comes to athletics?
well, I mean, the big picture is, folks, say, are you training for this or training for that? And yes, there's different events that I train for, but really, just recognize I'm training for life. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be able to go out and do things. So when you call me up and say, hey, are you free tomorrow? There's this really cool trail hike I want to do. It's kind of long. Are you up for it? I can say, sure, and
Yeah.
not think I'm going to have a suffer fest
Right.
along the way. So, I mean, we live in this amazing place where those kinds of opportunities abound. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's nice to be able to do that. And sure, then I'll have different events that I'll try to train for.
Can you
So-
give me an example of
Yeah,
one
so
that you might be
this-
training for right now?
Why? Funny you should ask, Shelley.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, a group of us signed up for a ride called, I'm not sure if I'll pronounce it correctly, Logan
Okay.
to Jackson, which is riding from Logan, Utah to Jackson, Wyoming in a day.
How many
So
miles?
it's 206 miles, and somewhere in the neighborhood of 9,000, 9,500 feet of elevation gain over the ride.
Wow.
So, you know, I'm at the point now of like, okay, I'm fit and feeling good, and holy cow, I need to spend a lot more time on my bike to make that happen.
Yeah. When is the event again?
It's in September.
Why do you do these events? You know, why would you choose that 206-mile day ride as an event? Just out of curiosity. I mean, what draws you to things like that?
We know a friend of mine asked me a year ago when we did the through ski through Yellowstone. You know, saying, "Wow, that's really cool," and "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that." I said, "Why do you do things like that?" And the first thing out of my mouth was, you know, sometimes it's good to sign yourself up for an ass kicking.
Yeah.
And it's about a bunch of things. It's being in these beautiful places, getting to do it in different ways. We watched Old Faithful erupt with 5 of us.
Yeah.
You know, it's incredible
Awesome.
to be able to do that. Part of it is just seeing how your body works under those circumstances. Part's the mental challenge, and can I do it, or do I break, and how do I come back if I fall apart sobbing? What do I do? How do I pull back from that? And it's kind of seeing what's my body and mind capable of doing, and those are things that I wouldn't have thought I could do in the past, and now recognizing that I think I can do even more, which
Yeah.
is also kind of cool. I've had a recent little slump in my training, but I fell off the wagon, I guess. So now I'm trying to get back on and recognizing I have no idea what I can truly do.
Yeah. Oh,
You
that's
know, I'm sure I can do even more. It's kind of fun to think about. What are those things?